This video is going to be geared for those of you that are just getting started in Warpath and you have a lot of things to take in. You're trying to understand the game to the best of your ability and understand it as fast as possible. And this video is aimed to help speed up and expedite your learning process. Today, we're going to be specifically taking a look at battle reports and how to understand them. We're going to cover all of the basics surrounding battle reports and everything you need to know to get a jump start in Warpath. Let's go ahead and get started. Welcome back, guys. I hope everybody is doing wonderful. Like I said, this video is going to be solely focused on battle reports and understanding the basics of the information that is included in the battle report, so you can take that information and see how you did, analyze it, see if there's any changes you could make, so on and so forth. We're going to go ahead and jump in. I'm going to show you an older battle report that I have that's got a little bit of a combination of everything within it, so it's going to be a really good example to use for this video and breaking down everything that you might see in your battle reports and exactly what it means. When it comes to battle reports, they're all going to pretty much look the same. Now, obviously, the information within the reports is going to be different depending on what happens during each fight, but they're pretty much overall going to have the same structure and layout. Now, you're going to see a little bit of a difference if you were field fighting and you generate a battle report from strictly field fighting, or if your base was attacked, there's going to be just a little bit more info in there. This first one is an example of a field fighting only battle report. You can see the kills, losses, battle points. And then here's another example of one that took place while I was defending my base. You can see kills, losses, base HP reduced. You're going to see the amount of base HP that reduced and that the percentage associated with that, and then the total battle points that you earned. So that's just one thing to kind of take note of. Now, let's actually kind of dive in a little bit more into the more nuanced parts of this battle report. All right, so starting from the top, you're going to be able to see how many players or commanders total you were in combat with, whether, again, it's in the field or attacking your base. In addition to that, you're also going to see how long the actual encounter or the fight took place. Underneath that, you're going to see the total amount of kills you got, the total amount of losses you took. Again, if you're on defense or if you're defending your base, you're going to see the base HP part of this, the battle points. If not, you'll just see the battle points. And then underneath that, you will see the total amount of kills and losses, battle points, damage inflicted, damage suffered, healing, and shield that took place with your base, and then each unit that you had in combat at the time. Now, in terms of the individual unit kill and loss column here, this is going to give you an opportunity to see which of your units is performing really well, which is not performing really well, and then from there you can, look at making some changes, whether that be officer changes, officer skill changes, things like that. Coming over in the second column are the battle points. Now, that just really isn't that important. It just shows you get more battle points based on the grade of unit you kill. That's a different conversation for a different video, but the battle points really don't do anything for you, as a matter of fact. So I really don't even know why they're in the game, but they are, but just more or less ignore this second column. Now, moving on to damage inflicted, damage suffered, and healing and shield. You're also going to see these drop-down arrows by each one of your units as well as your base here. That's going to give you more detailed information, and you can also see the different colors here. We've got some like white and orange going on. We've got some blue. We've got some purple. So let's dive into that and get a little bit more in depth with it. So I'm going to use this first unit here as kind of our starting point to go over a little bit more in depth about what you're seeing. So we're going to click the drop-down arrow. It's going to show you the troop. It's going to show you the officers that were paired on that unit at the time, the 4 main skills, as well as the 2 learned skills or the shared skills, whatever you want to call them. And then you can start to see a little bit more data here. Damage dealt, damage taken. So what you're going to see here is a unit icon and what looks like a person with sunglasses icon. So this number right here, this value is how much damage your unit itself inflicted on the enemy units. This value is how much damage the officers paired on that unit inflicted on enemy units. Now, damage suffered, these are the same two things, except this is going to be how much damage the enemy unit or units inflicted on your unit, as well as how much damage the enemy officers inflicted on your units. Now, you're going to see this third one down here. This is what they deem as like other damage. We're going to get into that here in just a minute. Now, over here in the third column, healing and shield, this is going to be the healing, and this is going to be the shield, and this is just basically dependent on which officer you have, if they have any healing or shield capabilities, or if you've, of course, applied via the officer skill training system any skills that have a healing or shield capability. That is where you will see this, and I'll show you an example of that here shortly as well. Now, if you really want to get into the weeds a little bit and see exactly what the enemies that you were fighting were using, you can go to battle data, and you can see each individual person, how much damage their units had inflicted, how much damage your unit inflicted on them, how much officer damage your officers inflicted on them. You can click down here, see what their unit was, what their officers were, their skills, so on and so forth. And the same thing for damage taken. You can see how much damage their units inflicted on yours, how much officer damage that their officers inflicted on you. So you can get very, very detailed with this, which is very helpful when evaluating your performance in combat, as well as seeing, okay, I did really well here, this is working, or I didn't do really well. And you can take a look at what the person was using that attacked you, and if you have the ability to kind of copy that setup, then, you know, that's to your benefit as well. So now jumping down to this third unit, this is going to be an example of the healing and shield capability. You can see 10.4 million. So this particular setup here, there was no healing, but there was a 10.4 million value for the shield that was granted. Now, like I showed you just a few minutes ago, that little crosshair icon, whoops, wrong one, I'll show you again here. That is what this is, damage inflicted. This is what they deem as other damage. This is going to be from your tactics. So the tactical skills that you use and that get you kills, you're going to see that on damage inflicted. And then, of course, if you have any skills used on you, that's obviously going to be reflective on the other units. And, of course, you know, your tactics are going to be accessible to you from the kind of main menu here. You just click on this. You can kind of cycle through and pick whatever tactic you want. But anyway, long story short, that is what that kind of crosshair icon is. That's pretty much just simply referring to your tactics. And then at the bottom here, you can see each one of the individual commanders that was a part of the attack that took place. So again, at the top, you can see the total number of commanders, and then down here, you can see each individual commander and who actually was involved in the fight, if that interests you at all. In the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter, but if that's something that you are interested in, you can, of course, certainly take a look at that. So that is battle reports in a nutshell. I hope that helped give you guys just a little bit of a foundation to build on. If you do have any more questions about battle reports and are curious about anything to do with them, our community Discord server link is in the description of the video below. Click on that link. It will take you right into our community Discord server. We've got almost 2,000 members. We have a lot of the most knowledgeable players in Warpath across the whole community that are a part of it. We would love to have you come be a part of it, and there are always people able and willing to help answer any questions you've got. So again, if you've got any other questions about battle reports or just anything in general, feel free to come hop into the server. We'd love to have you. As always, thanks for taking the time to watch the video today, and we'll see you on the next one.